If I were a betting man, I'd have made some money today. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to. Anyway, this is a massively important, insane news dump today because we had the On the Horizons broadcast from Ghost Ship Publishing, which covered all games that Ghost Ship Games are publishing, which we'll talk about a little bit in the podcast. We're not going to be focusing on the publishing stuff too much. What we will be focusing on is the stuff that was covered in the Deep Rock segment, which Tyler doubted for some reason. What an idiot. Ghost Ship announced a brand new game, and I think I'm going to do a separate video on that. Either way, this video won't be covering what Rogue Core actually is. This will just be covering what's said in this post. So what they did in the stream today, in the latter half an hour, the Deep Rock segment, they did answer some questions, but what they mainly did was showed a trailer for Rogue Core, explained what it is, showed some concept art and other things, and explained the systems that they're going to be implementing for it, because it's a Deep Rock Galactic based roguelike game. It's separate, and like I said, I might do a video on it separately as well. Obviously, we're going to talk about it a lot in the podcast. We might record that tomorrow. Either way, it'll be out on Saturday. The other thing they did is actually not really reveal the roadmap per se. They sort of revealed a Deep Rock Galactic roadmap. It included Rogue Core. It was quite interesting, but this version of it is the version you want to see. And it's a version that most people aren't going to see if they only got their information from the stream. This is much more informative and much more promising. I think it really de-escalates the panic that could come from seeing like the season 5 date, for example. So we'll get into that. Obviously, I will stop to explain certain things if I feel the need to, but either way, let's actually just get into the post itself. This is a roadmap update, October 2023, what Rogue Core means for Deep Rock Galactic, and where we want to go next. Hello, miners. If you didn't catch the announcement on our Ghost Ship Publishing On the Horizon livestream, here's the big news. Ghost Ship Games is working on a whole new game. It's called Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core. We're really excited about this. At the same time, we understand your first thought is, dang, we're never going to see Season 5, are we? Totally understandable. Been a little quiet about Deep Rock Galactic development for a while, so we figured it's a good time to update the roadmap, talk about how we're balancing our projects at Ghost Ship Games, and how we'll communicate all that moving forward. Let's get straight to it. We've got good news and less than good news, but no bad news. I don't think any of this is bad news. In fact, I think it's all good news, just it's not all... it's all conducive to good things, but it's not all good news, I suppose. Good news, Season 5 is coming, and Season 6 will happen as well. Less than good news, these seasons aren't coming out as soon as any of us want. Right now, we're expecting to have Season 5 out in June 2024. The reason for this delay is, as you probably guessed, Rogue Core. We'll talk more about that below, scroll down to the FAQ section, but let's look at the roadmap first, and then we can cover the details later or after. So, our living roadmap, Revision 20, October 2023. This is a really good roadmap, by the way. It's the best roadmap they've done since Season 1 launch, basically. Reflects the current plan as per the date it is released. All unchecked updates can and likely will change before implementation. Obviously, we have in 2023, we're going to have 2 updates in total. We got Season 4 in June, which added all this stuff. It's critical corruption. We've had it. It's gone, or it's still here, but it's happened. In November, we're getting a maintenance update with tweaks and bug fixes. I'll talk about the maintenance updates in a bit. They are very important, though. And then we move to 2024. In Quarter 1, we're going to get the Rogue Core Closed Alpha, which is not going to be too relevant to us. Let's be honest, we're not getting into the Closed Alpha. And either way, if we did, we wouldn't be able to talk about it, so it wouldn't be very helpful. In March, we're getting a maintenance update again with more tweaks and bug fixes. And then in June is when we're going to get Season 5, which will act as a prelude to Rogue Core. Of course, it's a new season, meaning new performance pass and a bunch of undecided stuff. I think it's going to be a big one. Not as big as Season 1, for obvious reasons, I hope, even though it's taking so long. And then in November of 2024, early access release on Steam for Rogue Core on Steam. Maybe I'm going to have to get a PC soon. and then we move straight to 2025, which is the only thing we know about that is Season 6. Seasonal events every year. I didn't notice this first. So this is all the seasonal events that are going to happen every year. Lunar Festival, Great Egg Hunt, Anniversary, Space Beach Party, Oktoberfest, Halloween, and Yuletide. Egg Hunt and Anniversary should be swapped around. So, the thing that caught my attention when I first looked at this version of the roadmap was, of course, the maintenance updates. Because they were not actually discussed on the stream, which I think was a huge mistake. I think it's going to cause some panic in people where they see Season 5 in June, basically a year from Season 4. And a lot of people will understand, yeah, they're working on a new game, but I mean, I don't want Deep Rock to be abandoned. Of course, it's not. They know it's coming, but season 5 in a year, or a year from season 4. That's crazy. Well, it's not that crazy when you consider the development of Rogue Core and multiple maintenance updates containing tweaks. Tweaks are an important word, and it will be explained in just a moment. So, what are maintenance updates? If you're familiar with previous Deep Rock Galactic roadmaps, you'll notice that maintenance updates are new for this one. These are going to be patches which primarily focus on tweaks and bug fixes. They're not adding shiny new content, but they are making sure the game stays in good working order. Maintenance updates may include things like bug fixes of every size and flavour, weapon balance changes, nerfs and or buffs to enemies, typo corrections, great, optimizations to improve game performance. You shouldn't expect big juicy bundles of content from these, we'll save that for the coming seasons. Makes sense, although I think there are some big things that people would rather come sooner than later, and I think you know what I'm talking about. Though they might feel far in the future right now, until then we promise we're not going to neglect the game or let it fall into disrepair. These maintenance updates aim to keep Deep Rock Galactic in good health until we're ready to keep working on new content. So, I think the rest of it is very much so Rogue Core stuff. I'm going to actually do something separate for that. This is just about the roadmap and what's coming. So we have, for Deep Rock Galactic itself, we have a maintenance update in November, that's next month, with maintenance update in March, and we have Season 5 in June next year. And then, of course, Season 6 in the following year. So it seems they've planned for that. It seems they know how long things are going to take. And that's the roadmap. I am personally extremely excited to see what these maintenance updates bring. We know they're not going to bring anything big. I'd say the biggest thing they could possibly bring is the Glyphid Stalker, although I would not put any bets on that. I can imagine getting some similar overclock changes, though, to what we got in Season 4. That is something that I am half expecting from at least by the second maintenance update. But we'll just have to wait and see. I think they are going to be better than the random patches. I mean, they wouldn't be on the roadmap if they weren't. These are going to be focused updates. I wonder if there'll be numbered updates. I don't know. It might just be maintenance update 1 and 2, possibly. And like I said, of course, Season 5 in 2024, June. It's going to be a prelude to Rogue Core. It's going to probably feature content from the game, or at least thematic content tied to the story of Rogue Core. I'm not saying it's a story-focused game, but it has something going on, basically. That's the roadmap. I will probably talk about Rogue Core at some point in its own video, I think. I'm not promising that. Either way, that's everything you need to know purely about Deep Rock Galactic over the next 8 months. So there you go. If you want to stay up to date with anything and everything related to Deep Rock Galactic and Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core, please subscribe and click the bell as well. It'll help you out, and it'll help me out. I love you. Bye.